So hello everyone, Grosey here, welcome back. Today we've got another video for the Unhuntables series with Christopher.
Hello.
And we're back to the 2Ps, back to the start of the cycle. And we're looking for, just to briefly explain for anyone who wasn't aware, NIFCs from 1972, 73 and 74, 1982, 83 and 84, 2018, 2019 and also 2020 as well. And in 1999 the annual brilliant uncirculated sets were made of copper, which are not magnetic, and the circulation ones were steel, which are magnetic. So any of those which are not magnetic. Also 2008 Ironsides, kind of low minted, and a 2017 Shield as well, low minted. And that's hopefully everyone up to speed with what we're looking for. And also territories and any other sort of curiosities as well. Yeah, we've got a couple of things to discuss, and I wanted to start by saying that unfortunately for Wales, they're out of the World Cup. We're filming this just after that, and England are through.
I'm not saying anything. I'm not alienating any of my wonderful and lovely Welsh viewers and subscribers.
Oh no, I didn't say that they're not, but yeah, thought it would be worth mentioning. Anyway,
I've seen the messages you sent to some Welsh people that you know, and I can.
I'm sure it will all be sent straight back to me when England get knocked out at some point, I'm sure. Yeah, on a more serious note, I also wanted to bring up the NGC situation. So obviously I got accepted as an authorised dealer with NGC. So that means that people can send stuff in to me, and we can get them graded and things. There's more details on my website, which will be in the description. Are you going to send anything in, Christopher?
Grading doesn't do it for me. I've long had this discussion. I don't need to pay 50 quid for a company to tell me how good a condition my coin is. I can see what good my condition that coin is, and I don't I get like some people want to try and grade their brand new proof purchases to try and get that MS70 or whatever the grading system is nowadays, but it just doesn't do it for me. I don't get the benefit of doing it. So it's not something that that I'm interested in doing, I must admit.
Do you like being all touchy-feely with your coins then, or?
I mean, like, for instance, my egg arrow, which is the one that you keep trying to persuade me to get graded, I would much rather have that out and be able to hold it and touch it. I mean, it's already been in circulation, so it's already been dinked and knocked and touched by people already, so what's one extra pair of hands on it? No,
that's true. I guess for me, I like having the, well, as and when they ever get sent back, the mint error descriptions on them.
How do you know what that looks like?
Well, we'll see in a couple of weeks' time, hopefully, when that one gets sent back to me.
Oh, I'm hoping. I've got my fingers crossed for you.
And then, have you seen much about the new grading scale as well? Not exclusive to NGC, but just in general. Or maybe it is exclusive to NGC, I'm not sure, to be fair.
I thought it was exclusive to them. All I know is they're changing from, is it 0 to 70 to 1 to 10?
That's right. I mean, the thing that's kind of confused me about it a little bit is that it's not really a new grading system. It's just a new way of displaying it, because, for example, there's I think, is it the UK one that goes from 0 to 100 or something, and then you kind of have to convert it into...
I thought it was all based on the Sheldon scale, the 1 to 70.
Yeah, so the Sheldon scale is 1 to 70, but what I don't quite understand is that it's basically the same grades, just with different names and numbers. But having said that, it's still a lot more what you might call modern, I think, to have a decimal system, to have it up to 10. Maybe it makes sense. A lot of people can...
To me, all it reminds me of is, and I don't know whether you're old enough to remember, when I was in secondary school and college, we had grades on A, B, C, D, E, F, all down, and now it's all numerical, isn't it?
Oh yeah, so my year group was actually the first ever year group to have the numerical ones in every single subject.
Yeah. And all it means is that my little brother tells me what number grade he gets, and I'm like, what does that mean in old money, basically?
So, but that's actually a different system. But that would be a different system, whereas it would be like, I don't know, because that's not quite the same. Anyway, we get a bit sidetracked, but yeah, it's exciting to see what they do with that, and I think it is ultimately going to make it a lot more modern when that becomes a more mainstream sort of situation with it. Yeah, anyway. And then also, I wanted to discuss this as well. I did ask one of the tour guides at the Royal Mint, so do they know what the plan is with the territories and sort of other nations' coins that have, obviously, the Queen on, turning to the King Charles, and they didn't really give a no pun intended, definitive answer. But what do you think will be the case? Because I know that, for example, Jersey, Guernsey and things, they have lagged behind with their effigies of Queen Elizabeth.
I think it's one thing to lag behind a change in effigy. I think it's another thing to lag behind a change in monarch. I think that they've got to change it. It would make no sense if these countries where the Queen is head of state where the King even is head of state to have pictures of the late Queen. In my mind, it's got to change. It'd be interesting to see like countries that are people are expecting to ditch the British royal family as their head of states, like Australia. There are some rumblings about Canada, but I think the way that has to go through, it has to be a unanimous decision, and there are enough provinces in Canada or people that can vote for it that it just won't happen. But it'd be interesting to see if countries start appointing their own heads of state rather than having the British monarch as their head of state. Yeah,
it'd be interesting to see, because Jersey, Guernsey, for example, they never actually got onto the Jodie Clark portrait of the Queen. They just continued to use the IRB one. Don't know if I have an example in front of me, but normally I do.
Like I said, it seems a bit. It's forgivable to do a different portrait, a different effigy of the monarch, but to do the wrong monarch is a little bit odd.
Yeah, no, definitely. That'd be again exciting to see. That'd be another sort of level of change that we'll have to see eventually.
Although hasn't it on some of the Channel Islands coinage? I'm thinking about the early ones. They didn't have the monarch on it. They've got like their coat of arms or something instead.
That's true. Yes, that is true. I think
could that be done until they can decide what they want to do?
Potentially, that could be. Yeah, don't see why not. It's exciting to see, though. Again, it will take even more time for those to filter through for us to eventually find. But no, definitely it'd be interesting to see what happens with that.
Especially if, like, because in Canada, the whole reason they have a different portrait of the Queen now rather than what we changed to is because they decided they wanted a Canadian designer to design the obverse of their coinage. So that's why they've got a different portrait. And I think seeing some real alternative portraits of King Charles on other coins of the country, because I know lots of marketing companies, to put it politely, have minted a lot of bizarre things. So it'd be interesting to see what an actual country's coinage with an alternative portrait of him looks like.
Yeah, no, definitely. I think I saw something on Facebook about a £5 coin or something that had it was like one of those gap filler ones that was just obviously not real. And it had a spoofed version of King Charles's portrait on, but be interesting to see what happens with that. And also I wanted to mention as well on a separate topic, so I think in previous years we've been overwhelmed by how many £5 coins have been released, and also how few £2 coins have been released. So just wanted to go and have a little recap, really. So what's the verdict of this year then, do you think? Have we been overloaded with £5?
I feel like there's been less £5 coins this year than previously, because I think in previous years there's been big sets. So you've had like the Tower of London collection, you had the James Bond collection, the Mr. Men collection, whereas I can't think, other than like the Queen, the Tudor Beasts, other £5 coin sets that we've had this year. Oh, the Queen's Reign, but again that's only 3 coins.
Yeah, and obviously we've had like the individual releases like Tutankhamun and
I don't know the numbers off the top of my head, but I feel like we've had less £5 coins this year than previous year.
And how many £2 have we had? There's been
3.
Is it 3 or is it 4?
Dame Vera Lynn, FA Cup.
Yeah.
The 25 years of the £2 coin.
And then
anything else?
I feel like there's one more. Maybe there's not. I don't know. No. H.G. Wells was last year. I'm gonna have to look it up. Hang on.
I'm gonna check my my coins. Oh, Alexander Graham Bell.
That's it, Alexander Graham Bell. I knew there was one. So it's 4. I think that's more than what we have had.
Yeah, last year was only 2, wasn't it?
I think it was only 2. It was
H.
only the ones
Wells and Walter Scott.
That's it. The only ones that are in the annual set. That's right.
Yeah. I mean, that's the ratio I want. I think my favourite silver proofs are £2 coins. I think the different coloured, the gold plating on the outer ring of the coin compared to the silver, it really makes the design pop. So I think they're my favourite silver proofs by a long shot.
Oh, definitely. Berlin FA Cup, Graham Bell, and then and
Is
then
there a
obviously
delay
the
on this
Britannia.
line? I've gone through this.
No, I was just having a look on New Mister myself. 'Cause I feel like what's happening at the moment, I get blurred between what is this year, what's 2021, what's 2020, because they all seem to have become sort of one sort of whole. Do you know what I mean? Especially as times have been at the moment, but it'd be interesting. And then obviously the usual.
What you want to do is try to remember that with my bad memory as well. I've got terrible memory. So.
And then Mintage figures as well. Are we gonna throw out some predictions when you think 2021 Mintage figures will be out?
Other than the Britannia, what went into circulation that we wanted the Mintages for?
Well, the final part of your question is the key bit that we want to know Mintage figures. Like, obviously there's the 2021 2p, the 2021 5p and 10p, and probably a pound coin as well. But as I said before, could you imagine?
Was there anything commemorative in 2021?
Not circular. Well, not that we know of, but it would be just the way that it goes that they'll put the Mintage figures up. 20 million shields from 2021. Do you know what I mean? It honestly wouldn't surprise me.
There could have been three commemoratives at 5 million Mintage and 5 million definitives.
Could have had Decimal Day. Could have had whatever other 50p's there were.
Don't ask me. I haven't got a clue. Like I said, I can just remember this year.
I can't remember. It's too long ago.
There's a snowman. Probably. No, it wasn't a Peter Rabbit. That was on the £5 coin last year, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Mm.
But when do you think they'll come out? So, just for context, the
how long you got?
So the 2019 Mintage figures came out.
But again, over the many years that I've been waiting for Mintage figures, they've come out at really random times. I remember in 2021 we got 2020s or 2019s. No, we got 2019's Mintage figures around the 50th anniversary of Decimal Day.
Yeah, so I do remember these off the top of my head because I always check the Ronet website just to see. But yeah, so we have the 2019 Mintage figures on the 2nd of February, 2021, I think. Yeah, and then the 2020 Mintage figures on the 14th of September 2021.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it was a good year wait to actually get the 2019. So it might be the case that they come out early next year, but we shall see. I'm excited for 2022 Mintage figures as well.
Yeah. I mean, my advice is don't hold your breath.
Yes.
But no, I think the only one I'm interested in for 2021 is the Britannia. What happened there?
Yeah, absolutely. I'd be interested to see.
Did it happen because we were there when they were minting them?
I don't remember us being there when they were minting them. I just remember them saying that they confirmed they were going to be circulated. But again,
I'm pretty
with my memory
confident. But because I'm sure Bungle was there, I can remember him getting very excited about it.
Oh.
I'm fairly confident we were there and they said 2021 Britannias are being minted because that was very exciting.
Yeah, that's interesting. As I said, I hope they do get circulated, but on the other hand, I hope they get melted down in something else commemorative. But yeah.
It would be just sod law. All this time I've been banging on about this alleged £2 coin that is supposedly going into circulation that nobody has seen hide nor hair of. So, and then they get melted down, and then I've got a whole year's worth of videos of me moaning about this coin that never went into circulation.
Yeah, no, it'd be good to see that at some point. But yeah, anything else you wanted to add? I always give you the opportunity.
I've got a calculator. You want me to do some addition?
I saw something. This is completely not coin related. It was something like, put into your calculator. It's something like 11 to the power of 6 divided by 13, and what it gives back is a multiple of pi, which is quite interesting. Which I found very cool. Yeah, no one cares probably about that, but anyway, let's get back to the 2Ps and see what we managed to find. Right then, and that is that. So yeah, in terms of territories, a jersey from 1987, and then my favourite one, Gibraltar from 2000. What a stunning coin that is. I don't think I've ever seen that one before. So that one's obviously really, really nice. Also 3 from 2017, which is, yeah, kind of cool, is what it is. Then I also just pulled out a few other ones that kind of looked a bit interesting. This one, 2021, I don't know, the toning just caught my eye, which is not going to count for any points, probably. Then also a kind of shiny one. I know it's got that bit of mess up there, but 1971, it's still got quite a lot of shine to it. And then also an interesting one I found. Look at this one, just there. It's as if there's a bit of a sort of breakage on the sort of edge of it, or maybe on the colour or the dial. I don't know how it works. So I'm sure Christopher will have a look at that and tell me what he thinks of that as well. See if I can zoom that in a bit. Yeah, there we are. We shall see. But anyway, hopefully you guys have enjoyed. If you have, make sure to leave a like down below. Go and check out Christopher's video as well. And I'll see you all later. Bye bye.